Sardinia's awesome Colle di Goropo National Park is the venue for something special. It's here where rock climber Sasha DiGiulian is attempting something no female has ever done, a full ascent of a gnarly 330-meter rock face called Viaje de Los Locos.
The climb is one of the hardest multi-pitches in the world and by far the hardest multi-pitch in Sardinia alone. We hike in and show up to the hardest climb that personally I've ever tried, and almost nauseating. No chalk on it, no draws hanging, just some rusty old bolts. The first pitch is not easy at all. It's a hard 8B that's very much Danny Andrade style, which is conducive to big, long moves in between massive tufas where you're facing scary falls.
With an undertaking this dangerous, Sasha needs the support of climbing partner Edward Martin Garcia.
Choosing a partner to climb a big wall project with is a really selective process. You're entrusting your life into someone's hands at really high elevation each time you go to climb, but also trusting that our energy is going to be constantly optimistic and encouraging.
Yes, come on.
The rock face is bigger and more complex than expected. Sasha and Edu practice all the different grades over and over again. At this stage, self-doubt creeps in.
For some reason, my mind kept going back to this sphere of, this is too hard for me, this is too hard for me. I'm scared to fall, I'm gonna hurt myself. It all feels so hard and above my level and out of my comfort zone. This summer has been really tough for me. My dad went from being perfectly healthy to passing away within 2 weeks.
But it was also Sasha's father who taught her to believe in herself, now more than ever. Inspired by his words, Sasha decides to give it another try the next morning. This time, she'll climb the route all in one go.
The weather was for the first time slightly cooler than it had been. I was nervous because I knew that we had a small window. We got an early start and we were like, game on, let's go. There's no rest while trying a big wall project. It's hours consecutively on end of trying really hard and being in situations where you're not fully comfortable. But it's also one of the most rewarding feelings to be realizing this huge objective that you have is actually maybe possible.
This most frightening of walls was first climbed in 2002 by Danny Andrade and Daniel Dulac. It hasn't been conquered since, but Sasha and Edu are about to change history.
Woo! Yes! Woo! Gracias! Es posible!
Many would assume that the last stage is the toughest. In this case, it's actually not. The most difficult part for Sasha is digesting her monumental feat as the first female ever to be standing right here.
Por fin.
Hard day, but happy.